somebody else appreciates what you do, then it makes you feel better and more confident. I probably wouldn't be making brooms if I didn't come to West Virginia.
Sometimes people think, oh, that looks like fun, I think I'll try it. And then in about 2 or 3 weeks I think, I didn't realize it was a lot of work. I mean, maybe it's because we'd make it look easy, but you got to realize that we have had all that experience of learning behind us, so we can make it look easy, but it's not necessarily easy.
Pretty much taught myself. Not a lot of information was around. You know, I would talk to anybody else who did repairs and try to get as much information on their techniques that were successful, but pretty much it was figuring it all out on my own.
But now look how old I am. I've been at this a long time. There are other artists and there are other friends. That's what I think of. We kind of network together. We kind of reinforce one another. We help one another because we're all in that same boat of struggling, trying to make it as artists, which is hard.
It's definitely a meditative process. Portions of it are. If I take a chainsaw and start cutting a log up to get a blank out of it, there's not much about that that's meditative. But once I get it on the lathe and something's starting to take shape, then it's very meditative. When I get to that point, I sort of go into a Zen-like state and I don't really want any disturbances.
I think she called it the gushing style of writing. That you just kind of, you have to put it all out there all at once. It just has to come all out. It's just going to pour out. And yeah, I might go back and change a word right away, or I might, oh, that's not the word I wanted to use. But it comes out in a big gush.
I'll be thinking about what I'm doing, and suddenly you have that epiphany, that moment where you say, what if I tried something a little bit different?
You play things that you didn't know were possible because of the inspiration from the tone and playability of different instruments.
Somebody, even another blacksmith, picks up something that you made, looks at it and says, wow, how'd you do that? I've done something that made somebody say, wow.
Sometimes you make a mistake doing something, and the mistake turns out to be one of those, like they call them a happy mistake, okay? And you learn from it. And if you don't, you're not paying attention.
I don't really want to stop what I'm doing and talk to anybody. And I frequently will slow the process down so that it really takes longer than it has to, just because I enjoy the process so much.